What's up? What's up? What's popping out there? What's going on, fam? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, it is an honor and a pleasure. I repeat, an honor and a pleasure to be on here with all of the boxing fam and the boxing fans. Friday night, you know what that means. It's our time now, man. What's up, y'all, man? Y'all see that weigh-in, man? Y'all see that weigh-in, fam, man? Yo, Kell, Brook, looking good. Terence, Crawford, looking good, man. Both men looking prime, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that come on through this. Salute to everyone that catches this live. Salute to everyone that catches this on the playback. If you got to pull an early exit, thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. Rock the bells for the homie. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in Mainman Mademan's boxing forum over there on Facebook. And y'all know how we do when we do. We talking boxing. I'll be right in front of y'all in just a minute, man. But damn. Hey, yo, man. I'm hyped off that weigh-in. Hey, Mike. I'm hyped off that weigh-in. I got DJ Zion Love in the building. I'm hyped off that weigh-in, fam. Hey, yo, hold on. Get my man Mike. Mike, bro, you got that blue suit, fam. Just gave you that blue suit. Salute to you, man. Mike say Trenton, New Jersey, somebody in trouble. If your chin ain't right, somebody going to sleep tomorrow night. Brook look dangerous all day. He looked dangerous, man. He looked good. He hit that weight, 147 on the dot. My man made it by the skin of his teeth, you know what I'm saying? But it's good that he made it, and it's good that we got to fight all day. Word of the day in the building. Man, what's up? What's up, family? Muhammad Ali in the building. Hey, Muhammad, I seen you jump on the live the other day, fam. I was about to click you on. You jumped right off, fam. Hey, man, anytime we doing that, bruh, you fam, you already know you more than welcome to jump on, fam. More than welcome. I was just about to click you and you jumped smack off, fam. So anytime, bro, anytime. DJ Zion Love say yes indeed. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We got something good this weekend, man. So we gonna get to it. But y'all know how I do when we talking boxing. This ain't like the live discussions where we go directly into that one particular subject. You know what I'm saying? But we talking boxing, we progress through the subjects, and we gonna get there. Trust and believe. We gonna get there. So without further ado, man, let's get this thing cracking, man. Let's start off at the top of the program with the boxing history like we always like to do for my historians that slide on through. Let's see, man, what is going on today? Today, Friday the 13th. Hey, Slim, man, they've been showing Jason movies all through the Halloween time. So I'm sure today they probably was Jason Friday the 13th and TV down, you know what I'm saying? I just realized that today was Friday the 13th, man. Y'all better be chill out there, man. You know, it'll be some lunch boxes floating around on Friday the 13th, man. Y'all keep your family safe out there, man. But today, November the 13th, a.k.a. Friday the 13th, today in boxing history was the day, November 13th, 1992, the first fight between Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield, man. This was a hell of a fight. Riddick Bowe won a unanimous decision to become the heavyweight undisputed, I repeat, undisputed champion, taking all of the belts away from Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield was outweighed, man, humongous in this fight. He came into this fight 205 pounds. Riddick Bowe, 235 pounds. So Riddick Bowe outweighed Holyfield in their first fight by 30 pounds. Holyfield was on an impressive run at the heavyweight division at this time. I mean, he was ringing up a whole rack of names. You know, he came up from the cruiserweight division and he started running things at heavyweight. He was fresh off beating James Buster Douglas, George Foreman, Burt Cooper, Larry Holmes, and then he ran into the young up-and-coming Riddick Bowe. You know what I'm saying? Both fighters fought at an unbelievable pace. I mean, back and forth fight, straight, you know, it came out early on. Evander Holyfield came out boxing on his toes. He was the faster fighter. He had the faster hands. He had all that bouncing his step, bouncing around. Riddick Bowe was that big plotter coming forward, throwing hard shots. And eventually the bounce and the pep in Holyfield's step just disappeared, and it became a phone booth fight, man. These two slugging back and forth on the inside, hard shots. Eventually, the hard shots of Riddick Bowe start to overwhelm Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield was a 2-year reigning champ. He had the WBC, he had the WBA, and he had the IBF. Riddick Bowe, the younger, stronger man. And that was the story of this fight. The younger, stronger dude coming to dethrone the guy who was sitting on top of the hill, coming out of nowhere to dethrone him. And everyone knew that Riddick Bowe was coming like a freight train. But Bowe's hard shots on the inside, his big 1-2s, like I said, they eventually started to wear Evander Holyfield down. He hurt Evander Holyfield several times throughout of this fight, even going all the way down to the famous 10th round of this fight. In the 10th round of this fight, Evander Holyfield was getting it put on him early in the 10th round, getting buzzed up pretty good by Riddick Bowe, in heavy trouble, taking heavy incoming fire, only to turn around in that same round and started to push Riddick Bowe back. He eventually hurt Bowe and changed the whole course of that round. And in that particular round is where Evander Holyfield gained the name Warrior, because he showed every bit of his warrior instinct in the 10th round of the first fight between him and Riddick Bowe. I mean, he didn't have the power to put Riddick Bowe down, but he had the heart, he had the will, he had the determination to keep on going. Take in mind, when he got hurt in that 10th round, you had 2.5 minutes left to go in that round. And he made it through with a cut eye and all. In the very next round, in the 11th round, he got knocked down by Riddick Bowe, and then Riddick Bowe went on to take it for a unanimous decision. Now, we all know that this particular fight led to the epic Riddick Bowe dumping his title into the trash. Hold on, I got it pulled up. Let me see it, because I don't want to mess this up. Now, if I'm mistaken on how this went, prior to Riddick Bowe facing Evander Holyfield, there was a deal that was worked out that the winner of this fight has to face the winner of Lennox Lewis versus Razor Ruddock at that time. Y'all remember how that went down. Now, at the time, now I'm going to read this story and see, this is the official story at least. Now, I remember listening to Riddick Bowe talk about this, and he said that if he can go back and change time, he would have fought Lennox Lewis. But he did not fight Lennox Lewis. So before the fight, Bowe signed an agreement with the WBC to make his first title defense if he should beat Holyfield against the winner of Lennox Lewis and Razor Ruddock, in which Lennox Lewis won by a second round knockout. The WBC gave Bowe and Lewis until December 13th to reach an agreement or the fight would go to a purse bid. If Bowe refused to meet Lewis, the WBC title would be awarded to Lewis. Rock Newman's, Riddick Bowe's manager, made 2 offers to Lennox Lewis. The first would have guaranteed Lennox Lewis $3 million while giving Bowe 90% of the purse and Lewis 10%, which is basically the pay-per-view buys. The second offer was for Lennox Lewis to refuse the WBC title, have an interim fight in the United States for $2.5 million, and then fight Riddick Bowe for $9 million, or a percentage to be negotiated. Frank Maloney, the manager of Lennox Lewis, rejected both offers, countered with his own proposal, a 75-25 split of the purse. Rock Newman turned it down. Maloney later had a change of heart, and then he went back to agree to the first offer. But Newman told him that he was too late. Newman said a deal for Bowe to defend the title against an opponent other than Lewis was imminent, and on December 14th, 1992, Bowe held a news conference, dumped his WBC title into the garbage can, and he said, and I quote, "If Lewis wants the belt, he has to get it out of the garbage." And then the WBC declared Lennox Lewis the new WBC champion, and the rest is history. But it all started right here with this fight. This was the first of 3. Remember, I think it was the third one, if I'm not mistaken, where the guy in the parachute came flying into the ring. But this was the first of 3. And these 2 right here, these 2 heavyweights, I have tremendous, tremendous respect. I've had the pleasure of meeting Riddick Bowe in person on a couple of occasions. Real cool dude. Real cool dude. I've even bumped into him in the grocery store, literally. Bumped into Riddick Bowe in the grocery store. Cool, cool, cool dude, man. You know what I'm saying? All day. And today marks the anniversary of the big fight and Riddick Bowe becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion all day. Y'all remember that fight, man? Y'all remember this fight? This was a hell of a fight. Stormy B, man, in the building. What's up, family? I know you remember this one, Stormy. Man, this was a hell of a fight right here, man. We covered this fight in its history last night. Oh, okay. Definitely gonna check that out, Stormy. You and the Wise Men did that? If y'all did that, bro, I'm over there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna check that out. I was a big fan of this whole entire saga, man. Really was, man. Hey, salute the DGO in the building, man. Salute Muhammad Ali says, man, didn't one of them have the fight a parachute guy? get smacked up when he landed in the ring. Yeah, that wasn't in this one. I think it was the third one. Was it the third one or the second one? That's been a minute ago. I think it was the third one that happened in, man. But yeah, man, all day. Hey, man, DGO say the boogeyman returns. All day. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. Frank Maloney, a woman now, says Muhammad Ali. Damn. What happened to Maloney, man? Maloney out here lunching. Muhammad Hamatola in the building. Salute, man. It's a shame Bo never faced Lewis and ultimately ate himself out of the title by being out of shape. Yeah, man, it ended pretty bad for Riddick Bowe. He could have had so much more glory added to his story, man. Riddick Bowe had those discipline issues down the stretch as well, man. Couldn't stay in proper shape and things like that, man. But, a lot of respect for him. And like I said, every time I've seen him, always was a stand-up guy. He'll stick with you. He'll talk boxing with you. He won't push you off. He ain't the kind of guy that's real standoffish. You go to him, hey, yo, Riddick Bowe, man, hey, man, I remember watching you, boom, boom. Man, he'll engage with you. Real humble dude, man, all day, man. Oh, okay. Yes, the Three Wise Men, it's their 28th year anniversary. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. All right, bet that. Yo, check out Stormy B, man, and the Three Wise Men. I'm telling y'all, man, that's boxing science at its best over there. Check it out. I'm over there, man, all day. You know what I'm saying? All right, fam, let's bring it back to the modern day, and let me get right in front of y'all. Give me a second. Let me switch this webcam on. Yeah, man. So we got a lot to cover, man, in today's episode. We got some little subjects we're going to get to. Y'all know how we always do when we talk in boxing. We start off light, and then we get to the more heavier subjects. So let's start off very light first and foremost, and I want to talk about this one right here. And this is my main man, Michael Hunter. Now, y'all don't know if y'all been hearing what's been going on with Michael Hunter, man, and I think this is very unfortunate. The deal with Michael Hunter is was the WBA interim champion or something like that. He was the WBA interim champion. And it turns out he has gotten stripped of this championship for no reason at all. He's saying that they're saying it's due to inactivity, but Michael Hunter is saying that how the hell can I have any activity during COVID? So they are literally stripping the man of his somewhat of a title, which is probably his best claim to fame right now. And he can't fight. He don't have a network deal. He's not locked into a promoter. We remember last we heard from Michael Hunter, he was down with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. They kicked him to the curb, and he ain't been able to find a home since. He's supposed to be having a fight coming up on Zurdo Ramirez's fight card, believe it or not. Zurdo Ramirez is a promoter now. He promotes his own fights ever since he left Top Rank. And he was supposed to be fighting on Zurdo Ramirez's card. But I feel so bad for Michael Hunter, man, because you like the dude. He's a cool dude, humble dude, talented fighter. Got stripped. Now, he was thinking about going into business with Lou DiBella. So Lou DiBella had something to say about this, man. And Lou DiBella is telling it like it is. We know Lou DiBella's been kicked out of the Players Club. Lou DiBella ain't in the Players Club no more, unfortunately. Salute, man. Salute to the homie, Bruce Goes, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate that and that love in the super chat, man. Salute at Mainman Mademan. Can Uppy see me? Can Uppy see me? What you trying to say, fam? Salute, main man. Can Uppy see me? I can't make out what you was trying to say. Just come back and say it to me, fam. But thank you for the super chat and much love to you, fam. And as soon as you come back, I'll read it as soon as I see it. But I think I can't understand what you're trying to tell me though. But back to this, man, though. But like I say, man, Lou DiBella, man. Lou DiBella coming to his aid the best way he can, and Lou DiBella basically is calling this for what it is. And that is, you got a fighter right here who basically don't got a machine behind him, and he being screwed over. The last time we saw Michael Hunter fight, he fought to a draw, so he did not get stripped of his title. He don't have the big outfit. He don't have the Bob Arums, the Floyd Mayweathers, the Eddie Hearns no more. And you see what happened to fighters like this. It's not about whether or not he's good or talented or should be at the top or should not. It's about he don't have the right outfit. So they slid him all the way down to the 10th spot in the new WBA rankings. As you can see, Michael Hunter, he shared this. Look at Lou DiBella. Come on. Stripping him as a typical boxing effery. You know what I'm saying? So if he's not contracted with... Hold on. I got the quote right here. Let me read it from here. Hold on. He says, man, come on, stripping him is typical boxing effery. You know what I'm saying? If he's not contracted with one of the few promoters with a bubble paid for by an exclusive platform, I guess he's taking shots at Bob Arum. If he's not contracted with one of the few promoters with a bubble paid for by an exclusive platform, he should get stripped mid-worldwide pandemic. Nonsense. I hate this kind of Good luck in December, says Lou DiBella about Michael Hunter. He's letting it be known. All because he don't got a promoter that has a bubble. And he's saying Bob Arum, who we know fights in the bubble and has a network that pays for it in ESPN. So I guess he's saying that if he don't have it, then this is the treatment you get. Now, we know Michael Hunter can fight. We've seen Michael Hunter put in many good performances. Came up a little short against Oleksandr Usyk. Didn't quite get over the hump against Alexander Povetkin. But still, he's a good fighter, and he's a talented fighter. And I still rate him pretty good in today's heavyweight division. He's definitely, I'd say, arguably, yeah, top 10. Arguably top 10 for sure. But he gets stripped during a pandemic? That's like taking your job during a pandemic. You stripping him of his somewhat title, the best thing he got going for him. If he was going to attract any offers or outfits or anything like that, it was going to be because of what he got around his waist, and which puts him in good position. And the sanctioning body just coming along and taking that. Funny. I wonder if that belt set around the waist of, say, a Canelo Alvarez, would that have been taken? If that belt set around the waist of a Gervonta Tank Davis or anyone like that, I'm willing to bet if I do my homework and I comb through some of boxing, I'll find title holders who haven't defended in probably 6 months. I'm sure if I hunt hard enough, I'll find one. But they go to Michael Hunter and they get him out the way fast. And that's boxing. They say today belts are marketable. These champions, we call them champions in a lot of cases, ain't champions. They get belts handed to them for marketability purposes. Clearly, given he don't have the outfit, the network, and everything like that, well, guess what? He ain't that marketable no more. He ain't marketable. So let me take the belt too, and we see you, kick you down to the 10. So what he got to do now? Who he gonna fight? Who gonna give him a chance? This is the story of so many fighters. And it's sad. I hope it works out for Michael Hunter. We'll be rooting for Michael Hunter at the end of the day. I was hoping Top Rank picked him up, truth be told. I was hoping Top Rank picked him up. Oh, okay. Bruce Goes is back in the super chat. Salute, family. I'm blocked in the chat. YouTube is tripping. Why are you blocked in my chat? Somebody else came through and told me that the other day too. It was fun. William Smith said the same thing, bro. You should not be blocked in my chat, Bruce. You should have actually a blue suit. So let me no, they got you as a moderator on my screen. They got you as a moderator. So I don't know, fam. I don't know what it is. Oh man, we got boxing royalty in the building. My brother, salute. The blood boxing is in the building. Retro boxing and documentary. Salute, fam. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you ride with me tonight, fam. Appreciate you all day. You already know. You already know, man. My main man, Blood, man. That's the man right there. Hey, Stephen Gannon is here. What's up, fam? Oh, man, we got the fam coming out tonight. What's up with you, man? What's up? All good, man. All good. All good. Okay. All right, good to go, man. So I just want everybody to keep in mind about this Michael Hunter situation, man. And it's real unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. People like this in boxing, fighters get forgotten like this. You know what I mean? And I just think it's real unfortunate. And it shows exactly the ugly side of boxing on what it's about. Markability, who you with, if you're popular, if you're with the right outfit, if you're with the right network, then you get everything kind of hooked up to you. But if you're a guy like Michael Hunter and you swimming through these boxing streets on your own, well, you're going to end up like Michael Hunter and Lou DiBella. Look at Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella in the same boat. And it's real unfortunate. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing, man. Let me get this mic together, man. It's very unfortunate, man. It's really unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Let's keep it pushing. We're going to go talk about the young guns now, man. Let's talk about the young guns. Let's talk about the young guns real quick. We ain't going to spend long with these youngsters, man. Because these youngsters, man, I tell you, man, these youngsters sometimes, boy, they make me sick. Blood, what's going on with these youngsters, Blood? You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be an A-side. I'm sick of it. I'm looking at these youngsters, right? The lightweight youngsters. We know that Gary Russell Jr. is Freddy Krueger to these youngsters. You know what I mean? None of these youngsters want to go to sleep without saying Gary Russell Jr.'s name. He is their Freddy Krueger. But at the end of the day, these youngsters already ain't even barely got their feet wet. All of them already talking this diva talk already. Is this where boxing is going? We had a lot of hope for these youngsters and saying that they're going to fight each other. They're going to all mix it up. They not ducking each other. Now I'm looking at how they're talking now that they're starting to accomplish a little bit. They ain't accomplished much. They only accomplished a little bit. And they going way off the deep end. I got Teofimo Lopez telling Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm the A side. So what you talking about? And it ain't going to be it's going to be a 50-50 split. I got Ryan Garcia running around telling everybody at lightweight, well, if you want to get a fight with me, I'm like the Manny Pacquiao of the division. I'm the A side over everyone. He ain't did nothing. Here it is right here. Man ain't did nothing. But he the A side over everybody. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta Tank Davis, the only pay-per-view attraction in the division or something like that. 250,000 ain't the greatest thing in the world, but it's a pandemic, whatever. But he's the only thing close to a pay-per-view attraction. So he gonna big up. You got Floyd Mayweather running around saying he is the A side. So if you are all A sides, because lightweight is full of A sides. We got more A sides than I've ever seen in lightweight. You know what I'm saying? So if you got all of y'all are A sides, then how the hell are we gonna get a fight? Look at Devin. Everybody is a diva. Everybody is the A side nowadays. If you are all A sides, are we gonna get any fights out of any of y'all? This is what I'm wondering. Because they starting early. They starting early, man. I'm wondering, like, where Gervonta Tank Davis is going to go after in his next fight. They talking Ryan Garcia. Well, Ryan Garcia, you on the zone. You on the app. He's on pay-per-view. How you going to make it happen? Or is it all just BS? The closest two that I think should make it happen right now, if it was me, it'll be Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney to settle a true undisputed champion. And then it would be Gervonta Tank Davis versus Gary Russell Jr. all day. That's the way it should be going. That's the way it should be going. And you let Devin Haney rock out with Ryan Garcia. I mean, I'm not Devin Haney. I'm sorry. You let Ryan Garcia do something. I'm sorry. Do something. I got my brother Laws D Punch Out TV in the super chat. Salute to you, family, and much, much, much love, man. Salute, Mainman Mademan, brother, all day. Salute to you, man. I appreciate that love, man. All day. All day. But I would like to see Teofimo and Devin settle undisputed. While Tank, and the reason I say Tank and Gary is because Tank still has a title at 130 pounds. His actually official title, the real belt, is the 130 belt, not the 35. So Gary at 26, right? How about he come on up to 30? You come down from 35, meet him at 30 like you did Leo. You meet up with Gary at 130 and y'all settle it right here in the DMV. Mega fight all day. Mega fight. I say this every week. It doesn't matter which arena. We got a big, small, medium, large. You pick one. Whichever state you want, D.C., Maryland, or Virginia. We got it all here, man. We got it all. That's the way it's supposed to be happening. Ain't that right, Floyd? That's the way it's supposed to be happening. And that way, we ain't got to worry about all of this A-side crap. No political crap either. All of those fights I just mentioned, easy work. Ryan Garcia, go hit a bag or something, bro. Go ahead, do your speed challenges. Let us know when you actually did something in the ring. And then we get back to you. But right now, that's how it should be going. That's the way I would like to see it at this division. According to Teofimo Lopez, he says, and I quote, I understand what Mayweather said, but I am going to be the A side. And that's the problem, though. If Floyd is saying that Tank has to be the A side to fight me, he's freaking crazy. He's crazy. He's freaking crazy. Look at that diva tantrum he throwing. He's crazy. It's not going to happen. Tank doesn't bring nothing to the table more than just blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of reading that crap, man. There we go. Bro, y'all barely did nothing. And all of y'all are divas already. We got a weight class full of divas. The humblest one of them all, believe it or not, is Devin. Believe it or not. He is the humblest one of all of them. He's never been one to flex on anybody because he does realize where he's at in the sport. But the rest of these cats, man, their egos are inflating fast. And I'm just wondering, how is this going to play out? I hope this works. It doesn't impede fights. I hope that everyone doesn't think that they're such a big star that they can't fight each other and scared to lose something. Y'all still got many, many things to prove in this fight game. especially Ryan and Devin. At least Tank and Teo have accomplished something. But Devin and Ryan, y'all ain't did jack crap, bruh. Y'all ain't did nothing. Teo can stud up a little bit, sure, but you was talking way different right after you won all them belts. You were like, I'm ready to fight everybody. I'm willing to fight anybody. It's not about the money. You got to be pretty boy before you be money Mayweather. Remember all that? And now here we are. Everybody is a diva. Everybody wants to be a star. Ain't that something? Everybody wants to be a star. Real spill. I got my brother in the building, Monty Brown TV. What's up, fam? Monty, had a great time the other day, man. Great live stream. Salute to everybody. If y'all missed it, go check the live stream that we broke down the Crawford and Brook fight, man. Salute to everybody that slid through. Monty, Stormy B, man, everybody. Boxing Logics United, the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? The whole crew. William Smith in the building. William, I'm giving you that blue suit right now, fam. You just got that. You know what I'm saying? Are you looking forward to the Crawford and Brook fight? I hope it's not a damp squib if Terence Crawford starts slow. It will go to 8, but if he's out the blocks, it won't go beyond 6. I'm with you. We about to get there, fam. We about to get there. So I'm going to move on from the youngsters. I'm just was wondering about him, man, because I'm just like, bro, I don't like the way they're talking right now. And we know who their handlers are. Floyd Mayweather handles Tank. Oscar De La Hoya handles Ryan. Bob Arum handling Teofimo. Everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to be a star. Don't let it impede your fights. That's all we asking. Salute to the youngsters, though. And sleep with one eye open because Gary Russell is coming. You know what I'm saying? All right, now that we got the youngsters out the way, we can move on to the major topic at hand because it's going to take a minute. And we're going to need some time with Bud versus Brook. Let's get to it, fam. Let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, for those who missed the weigh-in, both fighters have made weight. Terence Bud Crawford coming in at 146.4, with Kell Brook coming in at 147 on the dot. On the dot, which means that if he would have had the stem of a cherry stuck between his teeth, he would have missed weight. We mean to tell me, my man Kell Brook grinded for months in several different countries with several different coaches for this prime moment, and he hit it right on the dot. Right on the dot. Right on the dot. At least he made it, right? At least he made it. That's all. Odds are crazy for this fight. If you're smart, you're putting a couple dollars on Kell Brook. I know I have. Mine's is already in the pipeline. Depending on where you look, the odds are just either way, they're overwhelmingly in Crawford's favor. I've seen as good as 7-1. I've seen 10-1. I've seen as high as 14-1. You know what I'm saying? So if you are smart, you're throwing a couple dollars on Kell Brook, whether you like him or not. I mean, what the hell, man? If you win, and you win big. You know what I'm saying? So can't go nowhere but up from there, man. So odds makers got it going crazy. I'm listening to Brian Custer's podcast a little earlier, the interview that Terence Crawford did, and he said a statement on his podcast that I thought was funny. I know he mistakenly said it, but it came off kind of like the right thing to say. And that was, he looked at Terence Crawford, he said, yo, Terence, boxing fans want you and Errol in a ring. You know, he said in a room and a ring. That's what he said. We want you and Errol in a room and a ring, in a ring. Facts. We want y'all both stuck in a room to make it to the ring. Brian Custer, don't correct yourself because you was right on the money. We want them in the room and in the ring. That's all facts. That's all facts. Now, critics of these fighters should have nothing to say afterwards if either man wins. This should check every box that any critic got of either one of these fighters. If you say Terence Crawford resume trash, this should answer your call. If you say, who have Terence Crawford beat? I deliberately did my homework and went around to the fam and everybody else and said, are you giving Terence Crawford credit for this fight? Are you giving Terence Crawford credit for this fight? Y'all see a few pictures of Kell Brook coming out looking shredded, and everyone's like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. He's in shape. Oh, Terence Crawford, he definitely gets full credit for this. That's everybody. I tell y'all straight like this. Y'all must forgot what Kell Brook looked like when he fought Errol Spence. He looked the same. I've seen Kell Brook look muscly before. I've seen him look cut up like this before. If I put this picture next to the one he did at Errol Spence's weigh-in, he looks the same. He looks the same. He faded in that fight. He faded in that fight, even looking shredded, looking in the best shape of his life, because everyone's hyped up. That is the golden question. How is Kell Brook going to look making this weight? And he looks like this. And it looks like, oh my goodness, until you look at his Errol Spence Jr. weigh-in, until you look at his Kevin Bizier weigh-in, or his Gennady Golovkin weigh-in. And I'd sit here and I tell you that every single weigh-in, Kell Brooks looks like this. This ain't nothing new under the sun. That don't fool me none. Kell Brook has looked shredded like this all the time. A lot of y'all are just going crazy. Oh my gosh, look at that. Matter of fact, I can probably show some pictures. He looked a little better, but he does look full now. And I will admit, when I seen at the weigh-in, he looks a little bit more fuller than he did at the Errol Spence Jr. weigh. At the Errol Spence Jr. weigh-in, man, you can see the bones like about to cut through his face, man. Like, at this particular weigh-in, he looked a bit more fuller, not as full, didn't look nearly as drained as I thought in the Errol Spence Jr. fight. He looked much more healthier this time around, I thought. And that goes to show all the time that he had to make weight. I think it paid off. I think he did it the right way. I think he did it slowly and gradually, as opposed to crunching it within 6 weeks, as some of y'all thought that he was doing. Man, been training since last spring. Man, been training since last spring for this fight. Y'all see the news that just came out in the Athletic? Salute to the Athletic. They just came out with the news how Terence Crawford is beefing behind the scenes with Top Rank and all of this stuff, and he made them wait for the contract. This has been in the works for a long time. And Kell Brook knew it. Eddie Hearn knew it. We did a video a week ago covering what Eddie Hearn had to say about this fight. And what did Eddie Hearn tell everybody? Kell Brook been sneaking around with Bob Arum ever since Terence Crawford fought Amir Khan. They've been working on this behind the scenes ever since this, even before the Mark DeLuca fight. So Kell Brook has been preparing for this moment. There ain't no 6-week camp. There ain't even no one particular coach to really give all the credit to. Kell Brook has been everywhere. You even see him with Kronk shirts on. Kronk, he's been in the Kronk gym. He's been in Fort Fortuna. He's been here. He's been in Sheffield. He's been around everywhere. Last I checked, he was with Tyson Fury's old coach, Capidia. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He was with him. I'm like, yo, Kell Brook is everywhere with everyone. So he's been putting himself through the ringer for this fight. And truth be told, fam, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk in the building. What's up, family? And the truth be told with you, I respect this journey, man. He ain't do this with nobody telling him to do it. He went and fought and sought out the tutelage on his own. Not nobody, and he knew he wasn't getting top dollar for this fight. I mean, this is a man who said, well, I'm not getting top dollar. He put himself through the best process of his entire career. And I've been following Kell Brook his entire career, for those who don't know. And this is the biggest, most rigorous process he's ever put himself through. This is the biggest commitment I've ever seen Kell Brook commit to a fight. Facts. That tells a lot. Win, lose, or draw, I respect this man. Win, lose, or draw, I respect this man. Buck this country. Did a Tyson Fury. Buck this country. Come running over here to Bob Arum. Bob Arum, make me a star. And we going to get there about Bud needs the things he need to watch out for. But he come running over here. You know what I'm saying? So the critics should all be satisfied. Everyone that said Brook, you know, he didn't want to come back to a certain weight class, and he was cherry picking at once upon a time because he fought Mark DeLuca and he fought what's the other dudes? Man, I forget him. What's the guy that fought Jeff Zarafa, Michael Zarafa? He fought those guys, and people were accusing him of cherry picking. He didn't want to fight the Charlos. He didn't want to fight Hurd. He had opportunities to do such. He didn't want to fight Jaime Munguia. He had an opportunity to take that fight as well. So everyone accused him of cherry picking. You accuse him of cherry picking the number one pound for pound fighter in boxing? I think not. Critic, shut up. All the critics, shut up. Terence Crawford critics, shut up. Kell Brook critics, shut up. They found each other and they're doing a big thing, a great thing, and it's going down on regular ESPN. Facts. Now, Terence Crawford got everything to lose here. He got everything to lose. What is he gaining if he beats Kell Brook? A name? Acceptance? Things that he can give a damn about? What is he gaining? He ain't gaining no belt. What is he gaining? Y'all got to give Crawford his respect for this. Like, you got to ask yourself, a man in Crawford's position. I know y'all going to be like, well, man, he's finally fighting someone. He's finally fighting someone. No. But what is he technically gaining in the grand scheme of things? There are going to be people who are not going to give Crawford his full credit for this. Y'all know that. Kell Brook ain't been at the weight class in 3 years, blah, 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 blah. He's not going to get credit from everyone. He ain't getting a world title. It's highly risky fight. Is he going to get a ton of respect? I would hope so. I know from Mainman Mademan, most definitely. But respect don't keep the lights on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Kid can't eat respect. And that's what I'm saying. What is he gaining? But he can lose everything. He can lose his #1 pound-for-pound status. He can lose his world title. Most importantly, he's on the last fight with Top Rank, and that's the news of the day. Word on the curb is that since Bud came out and whispered those words that I only have months left on my contract, well, more official news is coming out about that. Word on the curb is Bud contract ends with Top Rank in October of next year. That's the word on the curb. His deal with Top Rank ends in October of next year. So this is leading a lot of us fans down certain roads, as to be expected. And I can honestly understand where y'all coming from, especially those with the mindset of, well, Top Rank and the WBO are joined at the hip. They're not going to, and if Bud's contract is up and he beats Kell Brook, is he going to be able to just walk to PBC with the WBO belt? I don't know. Don't know. Contracts are funny in boxing. None of us know. But one thing I do know, and this is because of several fighters saying this, these contracts are loaded with crap. What do I mean by that? That was one of the things that actually this man, Kell Brook, had to fight with. We can tell that story. Same thing here. These contracts, when Kell Brook got with, let's use his example. It's a perfect example, actually. When he left when he left Frank Warren and he got with Eddie Hearn, remember how that went. We are similar to here. Kell Brook was technically on his last fight, one of his last fights with Frank Warren. And the way these contracts work in a lot of cases, if the promoter gets you a championship fight on the last fight of that contract, well, the contract automatically reads up. Automatically. Because I got you a championship fight. This is why you see in a lot of cases, a lot of promoters will hold their fighters back from championship fights until the last fight of their contract. It works that way. And so we don't know. That I don't know, you don't know, none of us really don't know if Bud is in a situation like that, where given that Bob Arum went and found him a top tier opponent, that means the contract automatically renews. I remember Bob Arum once upon a time saying that Bud's contract ain't ending no time soon. No time soon. So we don't know. We just got to wait and see. But anyone who is concerned about if, Bud leaves Top Rank, are they just going to let him leave with the WBO belt? Will they rob him in this fight? They say that Bud Crawford and Bob Arum is having some strained problems behind the scenes right now. According to The Athletic, they're reporting that Terence Crawford waited to the day of the Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko fight to deliver the contract to Bob Arum. They say Bob Arum was ringside at the fight when he received the contract from Terence Crawford, who deliberately made him wait until that date because he was stressing him to get him better opposition. And they're saying that these are signs of a strained relationship behind the scenes. I don't know. All I know is they've done a lot of good for Bud, regardless of what people may say. I know people are like, well, man, they haven't gave him the Errol Spence Jr. fight. They haven't gave him the Danny Garcia fight. I'll tell you what they did, though. And this is just, sometimes I have a problem with these things the same way I had it with Canelo Alvarez. I'll tell you what they did do. Salute the laws, D Punch Out TV back in the Super Chat family. Much love to you, man. Much love. End of the day, Mainman, if Brook gets beat, it's not a bad losing to Bud Crawford. The pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. No, his showing will matter, though. I mean, he can't go in there and get ran over. I mean, he got to throw some rounds in the bank. He got to give us a valiant performance. And if he loses, he still can fight another day, without a doubt. If he gives a good showing of himself, he still hangs in there, I believe. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So yeah, man. But yeah, man, I just, you know, with Terence Crawford, man, and Kell Brook, the critics or everyone should be just, you know, silent on these two right now, man. Silent on these two. But Crawford got everything to lose. Oh, we were talking about Bob Arum. That's what we were. So yeah, that's the story that's being reported though, man. And anybody who concerned about Terence Crawford being robbed in this fight, possibility, think of, this is what I was saying, the things that they've done for Bud Crawford. So for people running around like he should just definitely leave Top Rank. I told y'all in the video, as a boxing fan, of course, me as a boxing fan, of course I want him to leave Top Rank. I want to see him versus Spence. I want to see him versus Danny Garcia. I want to see him versus all of these dudes. But Bud got to do what Bud got to do. And here's the deal. Like I told y'all, economics matter. Here's the things that they've done for him, though. Top Rank took him to be a 3-division champion, right? You could say they padded his record or whatever. They made him a 3-division champion. Top Rank is responsible for putting him on the biggest sporting platform in the world. Those are facts. Top Rank is responsible for getting him the highest guarantee probably of anyone in boxing. Who else gets a $3.5 million guarantee, whether they fight on pay-per-view or not? So they have done a lot of good for Bud Crawford. They made you know who Bud Crawford is. A lot has been done good for Bud Crawford. And I'm going to get to the comments in a minute, fam. But a lot has been done. Now, what have they done bad for Crawford? They didn't make him the star that he could be, right? He could have got Manny Pacquiao, and they could have made him a big star. That was, I believe, a business decision gone wrong done by Bob Arum. He wasn't willing to sacrifice a Manny Pacquiao at that time for Terence Crawford. It was Guillermo Rigondeaux and Nonito Donaire all over. So some people may say that he held him back. He held him back from greatness. Okay. What else? Well, they didn't give him his proper respect. They made Vasil Lomachenko #1 pound for pound, and Bud was there, and boom, boom, boom. Facts. But that was more so ESPN. Like I said, as a boxing fan, I'm down to see him go. But Bud got to ask himself these questions. If I go to PBC, am I going to fight these dudes? Are they going to give me the runaround? Are they going to tell me I got to fight Jaron Ennis? What are they going to do? Are they really going to fight me? Do I got to get it in black and white? I think you do. I think you do. But I also think that Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford are a match made in heaven. What I believe. The fighter and the talker. The fighter and the talker. Floyd, you sell me, I'll kick their ass. That's a match made in heaven. Floyd has always kept Terence Crawford #1 pound for pound. You don't think Floyd want to sign Terence Crawford? And it's money over there on PBC. Pay-per-view is over there. I don't know. Like I said, I can't say if Bud should leave. I mean, I want to see him as a fan go, but only he knows his economics, man. And only he knows what Top Rank is going to come back and offer him. They're already floating around Pacquiao and Spence. Miss me with it. Don't think you can do it. Couldn't do it in 2019, 2018, 2017. You couldn't do it in the last how many years? Now all of a sudden, abracadabra, you can make it happen. I don't know. But it's just something I understand y'all concerned about it. I don't know how that's going to play out. And that is a concern. Bob Arum, if he feel like Bud Crawford's going to walk across the street, guess what? He's concerned about that WBO belt. He's very concerned. Well, you can go, but you got to leave the belt here. So I'm just saying, something as all of us as boxing fans, we got to watch out. Let me get to some comments, man. Real spill. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Oh, okay, Win. 1:15 in the morning. Salute, man. Appreciate you hanging with me, man. Salute the island, man. Salute the island. World McCray in the building. Porter's a gatekeeper. He will always lose to an athletic, slick welterweight with good power. Porter is a mauler with no power. If you outwork him, you win. Yeah, and he smothers so much of his work. If you give him cleaner work than he's giving, you win. You'll convince them judges, man, all day. You can't get robbed if you don't leave it in the judges' hands. Facts. Bud better go for that stoppage, man. You better go for that stoppage. Real spill, man. Real spill. Stormy B, man. Oh, okay. As long as Kell do what Amir Khan did. And we're gonna get the strategies in a minute. We about to get the strategies in a minute. Khan just went out like a straight sucker, man. Khan got no more respect. Khan respect level in the sport of boxing in America, everywhere he goes, everywhere his shadow pops up, is no respect. The wind knocks you out, bro. If the wind blows too hard, you get knocked out. Nobody got respect for Khan. How does the WBC make him the ambassador to their cause in the Middle East or whatever they doing? He's like the WBC something in the Middle East. Khan? Really? Come over here and quit, man. Came over here for a check and quit. No respect for Amir Khan. Total respect for Kell Brook, as long as Kell doesn't do what Khan did. Facts. World McCray says top rank can't get him no title fights. Yeah, that's the problem. That is a problem. They can't get him no title fights, but they show paying him damn good. They show paying him damn good. But they right. They can't get him no title fights. Now, is this a better version of Kell Brook that was in the Errol Spence Jr. fight? I think so. This is Terminator Brook. We've been down this road. T-1000. 2 good eyes. Titanium plates cut from a rocket ship. You know what I'm saying? My man got 2 good eyes. Ain't been bent, dented, nothing. Went up there with bigger men. This is what Terence Crawford needs to be aware of. Kell Brook looks at you as a little dude. He looks at you as a little dude. You can see by the weigh-in. At the weigh-in today, they say that Kell Brook told Terence Crawford, yeah, you told me I had to make the weight. Well, I made the weight. Remember when Terence Crawford told him, you gonna make weight? You gonna make weight? Well, according to him, Crawford and Brook, after the weigh-in, he says, yeah, I told him I made weight, and now I'm about to rehydrate. As if he's saying that I'm going to come in this fight big. We know there's no rehydration clause in this fight. He's saying, wait till I feel back in. I'm going to be a hell of a lot bigger. So he going to be replenished. 2 good eyes. Most importantly, confidence on a milli. He's been touched up by bigger men, so he knows the eyes gonna hold up. He's had the training camp of his life, so he knows he's in weight and he feel like he's gonna go deep into a fight with no issues. And he's gonna be the bigger bully. That's how Kell Brook is talking. There's a quote I got floating around. He said he's gonna stop Terence Crawford. He's gonna sit him down on his stool. Kell Brook confidence is on a milli. And most importantly, Kell Brook has nothing to lose. This is the most dangerous version of Kell Brook than the Errol Spence Jr. had faced. In that Errol Spence Jr. version, fresh off the Gennady Golovkin fight, medical extension after medical extension, I still giving him issues, cutting all that muscle mass to get back down to 147 from 160. And just one fight previous almost went blind. This ain't that dude. This is not a broken Brook. I'm telling y'all. This is not a broken Brook. The man is confident. I've been watching him his whole career. He got the look in his eye, champ. I ain't seen that look in a minute. I haven't seen that look since the Porter fight. He's got that look, bro. He's got that look in his eye. I don't feel like he's conning no one. I don't think this is a con job like Amir Khan. I don't think this is that. I think this is the real deal. He got himself up for this moment. He put himself through the ringer. He did everything he needed to do. He checked every box. I don't think he came this far to BS us, man. I think he came this far with his mentality thinking he can get the job done. Buck this trainer. Buck this promoter. Buck this network. I got respect for this man. Total respect. As much as y'all don't think as I do, I have the same type of respect for Tyson Fury. Even though I got my reservations about Tyson Fury. But I show him that same kind of respect. Whether I like it or not. Whether he did come over here, take something back and went back home as a hero. He did do that. Y'all hated him. The UK hated Tyson Fury when he first came here. He's a cokehead. He was fed. He was out of shape. Y'all can have him. Get him out of here. Until he came here, became great, and you're loving him. That's what Kell Brook wants to do. The man had to take a knee in front of his people. The man had to take a knee and right there in front of his people in the UK. He had to walk around them streets, people laughing at him. Man couldn't show his face to the public. He got smacked around in the public by Amir Khan. Amir Khan lure boying him. I mean, sunning him in the public. Straight sunning him. Kell Brook had to go through a lot. I got to give it to him. A hell of a lot. Just to get back here. That's why I don't think he BSing, man. I see the eye, I see the look in his eye, and I don't see no BS. I don't see no BS. I think he's very confident. His eyes been tested, and he made the weight comfortably. Now, Terence Crawford, let's get into some of his quotes real quick. We get into styles real soon, fam. Terence Crawford, he says, and I quote, hold on. He says, and I quote, I never really felt like I really needed Errol Spence for my legacy or my career. I've accomplished so much in the sport of boxing that that I really didn't need him. Yes, I needed him for my legacy at the welterweight division and becoming a 2-time undisputed champion at 2 different weight classes. But if that fight don't happen, I don't feel like, it'll hurt my legacy. It just hurts the legacy of me in the welterweight division. I'm going to stop right there. Now, I think y'all already know how I feel about this. I think y'all know how I feel about this. Of course you need Errol, bro. Stop it with this I don't need Errol shit. Yes, you do need Errol. I know you try and play big. You want to play like you ain't tripping off the fight. Yeah, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Yeah, I didn't call him out after the car accident because I didn't want nobody to think I was making it. Whatever, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But you need Errol Spence Jr. You can stop faking. You need Errol Spence Jr. and Errol Spence Jr. needs you. Same way Manny needed Floyd. Everybody needs a villain. Your original villain in Danny Garcia, well, where the hell he go? He ran for the hills. He wanted no smoke. That was your original villain. Then when Danny got out of town, you tried to make Keith the villain. And then Keith didn't want to be the villain. Keith said that you had the WB no. So Keith didn't want to be the villain. And then Errol Spence de facto, all because he was winning and never stopped winning, became your de facto villain. The rest of them got out the way. Sean Porter's rated #1 in the WBO and barely says your name. He acting like he wants to say your name now because you got to fight. I'm sure he's going to be on everybody's podcast. Yeah, I would love to fight Terence Crawford. Until after the fight, it's like, you know what, man? At first, I did want to fight him, but, now I got to go talk to him and see if we going to fight. And then, I just love him, man. I love the guy. What can I do? That's going to be Sean Porter after the fight. But the fact of the matter is, these dudes ain't trying to fight him, man. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is. But you need Errol Spence Jr. You need Errol Spence Jr. Errol can't leave 47 without seeing you, and you can't leave 47 without seeing Errol. Even if he would have went up to seeing Patrick Texera, like we were talking about a few weeks back, you still would have had to come back and see Errol or meet him at 54. It don't work like that. Y'all don't just skip out on your villains. It don't work like that. You don't just skip out on your villains. Speaking of which, and to go back to what we were just saying about Bob Arum and the situation between him and Bud. What if Kell Brook wins and Bob Arum, who we all know through the grapevine, but we ain't stupid because we know Bob Arum, has options on Kell Brook. If Kell Brook beats Terence Crawford, you can best believe he'll be a top-ranked fighter. You can best believe he'll be fighting on ESPN. But what happened? I mean, there's a lot of upside there for Bob, ain't it? Think about it. He's already got built-in storylines. He beat Showtime Sean Porter, whom, if he takes Crawford's belt, Sean Porter's #1. Sean Porter can get a rematch. Upside for Bob Arum. Also, he already had a fight with Errol Spence Jr. And most of us, a lot of us see the fact that, he was beating Errol Spence until the eye went out. I'm just saying. He was beating Earl until the eye went out. Monty, you know how I feel about that, fam. And maybe Bob can take that. And maybe Bob can take that and say, you know what? Those are all upsided things if I get Brook. Brook got fights lined up. I see how easy it's going to be for Bob Arum to put Kell Brook across the street. Here's another upside with having Kell Brook. No $3.5 million guarantee. No $3.5 million guarantee. Lot of upside for Bob right there, ain't it? Lot of upside. I ain't got to wrangle with you about your fights. You gonna fight who I tell you to fight for the most part. You ain't gonna come to me telling me you want a minimum of 3.5 to fight on regular TV. None of that. I don't gotta hunt high and low for opponents. Sean Porter should want to get his get back, I would think. That may even be knowing Bob, he'll throw that on pay-per-view. He's always had a problem with selling Bud. As good as Bud is, always had a problem selling him. And you can see why. If you look at the Max Kellerman thing that him and Kell Brook just did, you'll see why it's so hard to sell Bud. Bud ain't really got much to say. He's a G. Real G's move in silence. And he ain't never got much to say, so it's hard to sell him. It's a lot of upside with Kell Brook and Bob Arum. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, of course, he needs Bud. Now, about Kell Brook saying that he gonna stop him, Bud had this to say, and I quote, "He is supposed to feel that way. Coming into one of the biggest fights of his career, he's not the only opponent that went into the fight believing that they was going to stop me or knock me out. So that's nothing new for me. He is just going to have to live up to his words," end quote. Facts. Bud has heard it all before. Jose Benavidez, that was cash money talk right there, bro. He was going to stop Bud and boom, boom, boom. Bud has heard it all before. Heard it all before. They all going to do this. Jeff Horn thought he was going to get in there and be the bully. Heard it all before. Till Lil Crawford, Lil Bud, come up from 140 and bully the bully. You ain't had no skills. You went in there to go hit the man low, try to push him around. Man, I thought Terence Crawford was going to suplex him one time. Bullied the bully. So he's heard it all before. So Kell Brook running around saying he going to stop Bud, sound good. Bud don't seem impressed. That's the face he made right there, the one that you see in this picture. He wasn't that impressed. It is what it is. According to Kell Brook, and I quote, "To be honest, for how I will make the weight this time, it's not that much of a big deal. But it's supposed to be a big deal because I don't want to have to watch my water, watch my food intake. He goes on and says, "It's going to be something different making weight and then just focusing on Terence Crawford instead of weighing again." Facts. So he's saying that now I can just make my weight, go back to my room, eat what I want, drink what I want, and focus on game plan. I don't have to sit back, still starve myself, wait until the morning, and then make sure I didn't rehydrate more than 10 pounds overnight and make the morning weigh in. Don't got to worry about that no more." That's going to be another layer to this. That's something that in Errol Spence Jr. fight wasn't at play. He had the IBF belt in the Errol Spence Jr. fight, right? So he had to keep it under 10 pounds. Here, how big is he going to come in that ring tomorrow night? I'm expecting Kell to be walking up in that joint close to 160. He's going to be pushing close to 160. If not 60. He's going to be up there, man. I wonder. And how's that going to play out in the fight? Kell Brook says, and I quote, "I believe I stop him or he quits on his stool." That's what someone was just saying earlier. Don't leave it up to the judges. Kell says he's going for the stoppage. Kell's also said that he's going to come out early and jump on Bud. He's going to push him. He's going to press him early. Kell, believe it or not, is a high-paced fighter in the beginning. Very high-paced fighter. Go to any of his fights. He comes out like that in most of his fights. He can't. On Porter, he had a different game plan. He wanted to play on the back foot, and he wanted to lure Porter in. But you go back to, say, his Mark DeLuca fights. You go back to, say, his all of the Biziers and all of those lower-tier dudes. He comes right at those dudes. In the Mark DeLuca fight, that was probably the highest-paced fight I've ever seen him fight. No, not the DeLuca. I'm sorry, Michael Zarafa. In the Michael Zarafa fight, he came out guns blazing and fought that way all the way up to like round 9 until he really started slowing down. And that's when he started getting pieced up down the stretch. But he came out high pace at 154. Can he sustain that at 147? That's going to be the question. But he says he's going to stop Bud. All right, y'all. Now that we done ran through some of their quotes, now we know that the problems that Bud is having with Bob Arum, he's on his last deal. And take in mind, fam, before we move on to strategy, Bud ain't got no problems with Top Rank. Bud ain't got no problems with Bob Arum. Don't let no one make you believe that they do. The issue is Bud is just letting it be known that I want fights. And what can you do for me? Bud is keeping it. Matter of fact, I got a quote from Bud about that. He's keeping it strictly business when it comes to that. Hold on. He's got something. Hold on. Okay, here it is. They asked him, as of right now, how long are you at Top Rank? And this was Brian Custer asking that question. He says probably like a few months. A few months. It ain't that long. So as a businessman, I'm putting the pressure on. Get me the fights that I want, maximizing my dollar, and I stay at Top Rank. Otherwise, I may look to move on. Correct? Correct. It's always been that way. End quote. You hear what he said at the end? It's always been that way. And I'm still here. I've always told them either you get me the best fights or maximize my dollar. One or the other. And it's always been that way according to Bud. And he's been with Top Rank since 2011. So my point I'm trying to make, it's not etched in stone just because he's on his last fight or may be on his last fight with Top Rank. We don't know what mechanisms may restart his contract. You don't know. It could be language there. And most importantly, how would Bomac feel about that? How would Bomac feel about it? They got B&B boxing, right? From what I understand, that Bob Arum had a hand in that somewhere there. I mean, getting a little side deal, a little side money for Bomac. How would that go down? I don't know. But all I'm trying to make everybody know is that there's no problem with Top Rank in Terence Crawford. He's just letting it be known that I'm on my last one, and y'all gonna have to see me. Y'all gonna have to see me. If y'all don't see me, I'm gone. I think we all as boxing fans saying if they see you or not, you still should be gone. We want to see you fight the big fights. Damn that. But it is what it is. So I just want everybody to know. Let's move on to the strategies. All right, and prediction in the whole 9 yards. Let's get to it. All right, what do I think should happen for Terence Crawford to win this fight? Salute to everybody that's in the building. Matter of fact, before we get there, let's go through some comments real quick. I see y'all up in this joint heavy tonight. Salute to the fam, man. Salute to everybody, man. Terence should stay clear, very clear, of Mayweather, say World McCray. You don't think that's a good business arrangement for Terence Crawford to get next to Floyd Mayweather? Okay, I hear you. Bud has heart, but he has not been tested to the level of Brook. Flip resumes, and it might be the same results. Has he yet? Nah. Brook is definitely Brook is definitely the best opposition that Bud has ever faced. And I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. This is as good as he gets. And this is why I'm glad everybody came to their senses and said that we are going to give Terence Crawford credit for this fight. Kell Brook is no slouch. The only most of y'all out there who have Kell Brook losing, more so is because of the weight cut, and you think he gonna fade down the stretch. Which, who knows? That's what I think also. But who knows? I'm just saying, Kell Brook is that type of opponent. You don't know what you're gonna get here. And the man is fighting with nothing to lose. I can't keep saying that. He got nothing to lose. He can go balls to the wall. Long as he get a couple rounds in the bank, he good. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous. And this is Terence Crawford's best opponent, I believe, from a competitive level. Maybe not as the most accomplished, but from a competitive level, it gets no better than this for Terence Crawford. No doubt. No doubt. Muhammad Hamatola says Bud will be pulling off a Mikey Garcia as in free agent with the option to fight with any network on a fight-by-fight basis. That'd be smart at 33 years old. That'd be very smart. That'd be very, and Bud know he gonna get picked up. Why not? Why not bet on yourself? You the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in boxing, but can he be frozen out too? Sure. Somebody may pick him up, no doubt about it, but can he also be frozen out? See, Bud, as good as he is and as much as we love him in here, the one thing that he has not going for him is the fact that he's not a seller. Promoters look at that. How can I sell Terence Crawford? He don't talk. He don't give interviews. He's not controversial. He's a quiet, humble type dude. That's a nightmare for promoters. But he can fight his ass off. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Will McCray says Muscle doesn't win fights anyway. Kell Brook didn't even drop Porter, and he think that he stops Bud. Dude is wilding. Yeah, he fought a strategy, though, with Porter that wasn't going to get a knockout. I didn't think it was. I mean, when you hold that much, you know, I don't think he's going to go into that type of way against Bud Crawford. Retro Boxing says, solid points, bro. Thanks, fam. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. He said he got them brownies all day. Hey, man, he might deliver them joints. Bud brownies. He got the Bud brownies. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he got that Bud brownies, man. You know what I'm saying? I got my brother KQKC in the building. The singing OG is on board. What's up, man? What's up with you, man? Hold up, blood, what you saying? Oh, I'm going to leave that alone. But salute to the OG, KQKC, man. That's my main man right there, man. Real spill. Well, McCray says Kell's best win was Porter. Think about that. He didn't hurt Porter in that fight, just outpointed him. But look how he fought him. You think he'll fight Bud in that same fashion? Constantly holding him after every exchange? Constantly tying him up, making Porter smother his work? That was a superior and very, very smart game plan executed by Kell Brook. But I don't know if he goes like that against Bud, man. Yeah, man, that's the fam right there, man. All day, man. That's what's up, man. Let's get the strategies, man. All right, what should Terence Crawford do? In my opinion, what does Terence Crawford has to do to win this fight? Now, the key to beating Kell Brook is his legs. That is his best thing. Kell Brook got those He-Man legs. You know what I'm saying? Look at his thighs, man. That's where that power comes from. That's what his ability to stand so strong and hard to be moved, hard to be pushed around. That's where it comes from, those legs. You got to get them legs from under him. You got to make him work on them 34-year-old legs. Those legs. One thing you can say, even at Kell Brook's weigh-ins, I remember even listening to Timothy Bradley in today's weigh-in. Look at Kell Brook's legs. Oh, my gosh. His legs make two of Bud's legs. You know what I mean? But that's where he gets it from. That's where the sturdiness of Kell Brook comes from. Got a strong core, but them legs. So you got to make him use them. Bud. You got to test him. See how much he got left in those 34-year-old legs. Make him move. Make him walk. First 3 rounds, you should be boxing. Using your length. You have the superior reach. Like Stormy just said the other night, 74-inch reach is it, Stormy? Against Kell Brook's 68-inch reach. That's a big deal. You got to go to the outside early, making them move, come to you, work, move them, constantly making them move, resetting them. For the first 3 rounds, 3 is all I'm giving. I want Terence Crawford flicking the jab, not even overly committing the right hand or overly, committing big shots. Just touching them with the jab, doubling up, most importantly. Kell Brook is always looking to counter over your jab. He's always doing a pull counter, or he's looking to come back with the jab over top of your jab, which means that Terence Crawford should be doubling. I repeat, doubling up his jab. Doubling up the jab early on Kell Brook. Keeping him occupied, keeping him busy, keeping him moving. 2 to 3 rounds should take the temperature just right for Bud. 2 to 3 rounds. Watch for the counter right hands. Now, this is Kell Brook's bread and butter. The counter right hand. No one throws a better counter right hand than Kell Brook. I'm telling y'all. That's what kept Errol Spence Jr. on the outside early on in their fight. Because every time he tried to get a little close to Kell and sneak that and slap that jab in there, Kell coming right back with the right hand. Right back. And then he stays his ground. He waits for you to flip the jab. He pulls back and he comes right back with the pull counter. That's his bread and butter. And we know that Terence Crawford got a right hand problem. This is why I tell him he needs to double up that jab. Stay on the outside. Watch for the counter right hands. Don't let him impose on you. According to Kell Brook, he wants to come out early. He wants to rush Terence Crawford. He wants to jump on Terence Crawford. He wants to see if Terence Crawford can deal with his natural strength, his power, his strength, to be able to throw him around and rustle him up a little bit. Do not let Kell Brook impose on you. When Kell Brook feel like he can physically impose on you, Look at his fights. He does it, and he keeps doing it, and he don't let up. He'll keep walking you down. He'll keep hunting you down. He'll just keep on at his high pace that he likes to come out with early, and he'll stay on you. Do not let Kell Brook impose himself. Kell Brook don't back down either, though. So you're going to have to break him. You're going to have to break him. But don't let him impose. By rounds 4, you should be picking up the pressure, getting rough. Round 4, I need to be seeing Bud getting rough. When I mean getting rough, I don't mean low blows. And then again, hell, if you throw a low blow in there, it is what it is. Round 4, you should be getting rough. After you jabbed him to death and you boxed him on the outside, and then you got him moving them legs and constantly meeting you here, meeting you there, turning around, tussling with you. Now you tussle some more. Now it's time to wrestle this dude. Bud is a wrestler. Bud's kids are wrestlers. Bud knows the wrestle game for what we understand. Well, this is time to use that skill set. You're going to have to wrestle with him a little bit. Why? Man, he may be stronger. Well, he just got to figure that out. Bud is strong too. I challenge anyone to say that Bud Crawford is not a strong fighter. He's just as strong. And I think he's gotten stronger over the years at welterweight. He's been at welterweight for 3 years now. Y'all can stop saying he's small. And you can stop saying that he ain't got no power and he ain't strong. We've seen him bully bullies, and we see him currently on a knockout streak, even at welterweight. What, he's on a 7-8 fight knockout streak? Bud ain't little. And Bud ain't weak. That's why he looking at him like, okay, y'all keep thinking I am. That's what Jeff Horn thought 3 years ago. That's how big has he gotten in 3 years? That's the point I'm trying to make to y'all. I believe that Bud can get in there and wrestle with Brook around the 4th or 5th round. And I think he should make it rough. He should make it grungy at this point in the fight. Close quarters, banging him, wrestling him, tussling him up. He did a great job at this with Sean Porter. Let's see how he could take a little dose of his own medicine. And this is all the attempt to just grind down Brook for the later rounds. If he's too strong. Now, if Terence Crawford in the 4th round starts to get rough with Brook and they tussling, and Terence Crawford is getting handled, he's getting tossed around like a rag doll. He's getting pushed off. He's getting low blows put on him. He's getting a couple bows thrown on him. He can't push Kell Brook back. What should Terence Crawford do? He should make the adjustment. What is that adjustment? We going downstairs. Immediately. If you feel like Kell Brook is too strong, I can't move this man. One thing about Errol Spence Jr. in their fight, Earl realized early on, I ain't going to walk through this man. I can't walk through this dude. I got to chip him away. And so Bud is going to have to realize, at least by round 4, if I cannot physically hang in there with him, I got to chip him away. And you got to start putting that money in the bank. If he ain't already been doing it by this point. He should have been, even with the jab, still hitting him from the outside downstairs. You got to start putting money in the bank immediately. And I mean getting close, hitting him downstairs. You got to touch his body. You got to wear Kell Brook down. You cannot have a strong Brook going down the stretch. That's not smart for Terence Crawford. So if you can't tussle with him, and you can't handle him the way you want to, okay, cool. Now we going down into the guts. I need you to put that money in the bank from the outside, preferably. Got the reach. Hit him from the outside downstairs. So put the money in the bank if you can't work him. By round 9, if it's close, if we're looking at a close fight, back and forth rounds, and we in round 9, I think Crawford needs to become more aggressive. I think aggression is the way for Kell Brook. Kell Brook don't like aggression. Y'all need to get hip. I've been watching him for years. He don't like it, especially late. This is why Carson Jones was able to do what he did to him. Pressed him and kept pressing him and pressed him late. You keep pressing him. You stay on Brook. You make him go back to that place. Right here. Make him go back to that place. And let's see if he do the same thing he did in the UK. What I mean to that place where you got to dig deep. That place where you got to go beyond the horizon. That place where you got to find something within you and bring it back out of you. You make him see if he can go there. See if he got kicked out of that place and he lost his key. See if he got evicted from that place and it don't exist in his head no more. Or see if he's willing to go there. But you got to see. A man who quit in front of his people, a man who's been ridiculed as much as Kell Brook, a man who had doctors' voices in his head against Errol Spence Jr. of him going blind, a man who's been through as much as he's been through. You got to see if there's anything left in there. If he still, that dark places still exist. Is he willing to go above and beyond? I know Bud is. So you got to see if he is. So you be aggressive with him in the 9th round, 10th round, 11th round. Beat him up. Hit him downstairs. Hit him hard. Go for the stoppage. I need you to keep Kell Brook working as much as possible. See if the weight cut is really going to affect him. Because like I told y'all at the top of this program, I've seen Kell Brook come in many weigh-ins looking shredded, just like this. I've seen him look like this in many weigh-ins. Don't mean nothing. Still faded. Still fades. So it's maybe just, see if it's him. And I think he should become aggressive down the stretch. But of course, if he's up 6-7 rounds or something, of course, go for the victory, secure the victory. But at that point, if it's a back and forth fight, you got to make him dig deep. Don't let him be comfortable. A comfortable Kell Brook is a very dangerous Kell Brook. You got to keep him uncomfortable. Down the stretch especially. And you got to make him dig and see if he's willing to dig. I think the length, I think the boxing IQ, the ability to make adjustments, all of these things will help Terence Crawford. And if he does the things we just talked about, I think he becomes victorious. As for Kell Brook, stay calm. Look for the 1-2. Kell Brook has a very, very calm demeanor. The way we all fell in love with Kell Brook when he fought Sean Porter was the fact not only did he beat Porter and beat him so clean, was the fact that he beat Porter and then he was like expressionless, like the whole freaking fight. We didn't even know this dude. You know what I mean? But he was so calm. He was so calm under pressure, throwing a clean 1-2, not fazed by Porter coming in throwing crazy looking shots. Wasn't fazed at all. Face didn't flinch once. This before we really knew Kell Brook. We were like, who the heck is this dude? Because he was so calm in times of danger. And I believe that he needs to take that into this fight. Stay calm. You're not gonna have no crowd. You're not gonna be in front of Omaha. You're gonna have, I think, Terence Crawford family out there. You might hear Bomac big ass mouth. But you ain't gonna have no crowd to worry about jumping on you. Stay calm. Stay poised. Even if Terence Crawford becoming aggressive, that don't mean you got to kick it to the next gear. You get to stay calm. You can stay on that 1-2. You throw one of the best 1-2s in the game. You keep them feet scooting. You keep that reactionary space between you. And you stay calm. Be ready for a rush. Because if you catch Terence Crawford with a clean shot, it's going to piss him off. He going to try to come at you. You just be calm. Be cool. Pace yourself. Don't deplete yourself. You say you want to jump on him. Pace yourself. Maybe you should jump on Terence Crawford early. I don't think that's a bad strategy. But I don't think you can sustain it for so long. And you got to know when to take your foot off the gas. But pace yourself, man. And stay calm. Set up right hands. Terence Crawford don't like the right hands. We just been talking about that. Set that right hand up, man. Set it up. Lure him in. Counter right hands over top of Terence Crawford's jab that we just talked about earlier. That's what I believe that Kell Brook is going to do. I think that Kell Brook is going to jump on Terence Crawford. And then after he jumps on him, he's going to take that step back. And he's going to stay right there with him. But you got to know when to turn it on and turn it off. And set them right hands up. Lower some traps. Set that right hand up, man. Oh, I can't tell you, man. Crawford got a right hand problem. Plant shots. Don't be moving. Don't be scooting backwards, working off the back foot. You're best when you hold your ground, you stand your ground, get the power from them legs, plant your feet, and then lay your shots. You say you feel like Crawford's the smaller man. You feel like since you've been in with bigger men, you feel like that Crawford can't take what you bringing. But you're going to need to plant them feet and then let them hands fly. Don't be fighting on the ball on the tip of your feet. Don't be trying to get away from Crawford and swing at the same. That ain't never really been Kell Brook. And I ain't expecting it for that to be Kell Brook. But you got to plant them feet firm and deliver them power shots. That's what Bud does. Bud becomes flat-footed. When he gets pissed off, he becomes flat-footed, trying to walk you down, trying to give out all as much, but he plants them feet. And then he starts to dish that punishment out. Kell Brook got a bad habit of doing too much scooting back, trying to get that right space for the pull counter, and he ain't getting his feet planted. Plant your feet. Pace for the championship rounds. That's the most important. Most boxing fans who watch this fight will say Kell Brook loses in the championship rounds. If I ask any of y'all, Kell Brook gets knocked out in the 9th. Kell Brook gets knocked out in the 10th. Kell Brooks gets knocked out in the 11th. That's most people's assumption. Pace yourself. We all know you are a fader. We've seen Kell Brook fade on too many occasions. A fader. You know what I mean? He fades a lot down the stretch. That's where his problems come in there. Pace yourself, man. You just did a weight cut. You fight at a weight class you ain't fought at in 3.5 years. You come out early, cool. About rounds 3, rounds 4, take a break. Slow down. But throw some rounds in the bank if you can. But slow down, bro. Counter over the jab. Bud's going to be trying to use that reach. Stand on the outside. He must counter over the top of Bud's jab. Preferably with a right hand. But sometimes he likes to use the counter over the jab with his own jab. Look for Bud to throw that jab and look for counters over top of the jab. Don't get sucked into a brawl if you cannot finish him. If you want to get into a brawl with Terence Crawford, to the big back and forth thing, because I told you, I'm rooting for Crawford to become aggressive. But that doesn't mean that Kell Brook got to get sucked into that, because it will deplete him later on. I don't want to see Kell Brook going down the stretch tired. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Don't get sucked into the brawls unless you know you can finish him. Unless you know that if I get sucked into this one brawl, I'm taking him out. But if you keep constantly getting sucked into brawl after brawl after brawl, are you going to have anything going down the stretch with this weight cut? So I don't want to see him get sucked into a brawl unless you know you can finish him. Unless you know you can hurt him. Unless you know you'll get the better of those exchanges, of those brawls. Don't do it. The more you keep Bud boxing, the more I believe it favors Brook. If Brook gets on that back foot retreating and Bud is aggressive, it favors Bud. That's the perfect fight for Terence Crawford, I believe. Because I've seen Brook too many times. I hate to say it this way, but it is what it is. He's a great, 7 to 8 round fighter. 7 to 8 rounds, Brook is the dude, man. He does everything great. But about the 6th, 7th round is where you start to see that decline every time. Be aware. He may look to take you deep. He may look to take you deep and then drown you. That is the golden strategy that most of us figure that's how Bud gonna carry this. He gonna take him deep. He gonna box him. He gonna soften him up, touching him up, chip away. And then once you get you in that deep water, he gonna finish your ass. That's how most of us got the fight made up in our mind. Kell Brook should go into this fight with that on his mind. I ain't gonna let this fool take me deep and drown me. I got to pace myself. You know what I'm saying? I got to pace myself. Sorry about that, y'all. So don't let him take deep and drown you. So if you start at that high pace, monitor your output, monitor the rounds. Make sure you got a few rounds in the bank before you take too much time off in the fight. But make sure you pace yourself. Don't blow your load. Don't blow your load trying to keep Bud off you, trying to tussle with him, trying to brawl with him, trying to stay on top of him. Because Bud gonna move. Bud ain't gonna stand right there in front of you to let you hit him. If you get lured into this Tom and Jerry game, that's gonna hurt you, bruh. I'm expecting for Terence Crawford, first 3 rounds, using that jab, boxing well, making Brook move. You get lured, you play Tom and Jerry if you want. So I'm just saying, you play Tom and Jerry walking into a right hand, walking into a bunch of jabs. The next thing you know, you're looking up and it's round 4. Now he ready to wrestle with you a little bit, tussle with you a little bit. Now you're looking up and it's round 8. And now he coming at you aggressive. What do you got left in the tank? I'm telling you, 3.5 years at 147. Y'all think it ain't gonna matter one bit. So he needs to pace himself, man. He really needs to pace himself. Let me see what the fam talking about, man. I know I've been talking for a minute. Mike says, yo, man, what's up with you, man? Brook's a monster, man. All day, all day. Well, McCray says, you can't say someone was winning until they lose. They make no sense and is irrelevant. Spence stopped Brook point blank, period. That's the story. Yeah, he stopped him. But till the eye went out in round 7, through the first 7, I had Brook up on the cards. That's all. I'm just saying that fight turned around when Brook's eye got to the point where he couldn't, deal with the pain. I'm just saying, what if the eye wouldn't never went? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But Spence fought a good fight. Relentless, kept coming, didn't stop, very relentless, and he wore Brook down, wore him down. But a lot of those shots got through because Brook's eye went. A lot of the shots that Spence was landing down the stretch, he wasn't landing in the beginning of that fight when Brook had 2 good eyes. I'm just saying. There were points that Spence was landing punches at will in that fight down the stretch. Like, he was going downstairs, he was going upstairs. And that's the thing also, if Terence Crawford in the later portions of this fight, where I would believe that he will become aggressive if it's a back and forth fight, you got to mix that shit up, bro. Brook has a bad habit of over blocking downstairs. He curls up all the way up like this. Whenever you start hitting Brook too much in the body, he starts to curl up. And he literally over commits to the block. And it leaves him wide open upstairs. That's how Errol was able to mix it up from upstairs to down. He had Brook doing this thing. When Brook started doing this shit, like he started to overcompensate for the block, his hands cannot get back up in time. That's why Errol broke him down the way he did. He had Brook leaning, scared to get hit to the body. And Brook was taking so much incoming fire upstairs because of his hands being so low and all of the curling he started to do. So, Bud down the stretch, mix it up, bro. Upstairs, downstairs, double 1, 2, then go down. Earl's punch selection was the double jab with the left hand downstairs. Double jab with the left hand downstairs. Double jab with the left hand downstairs. And it was working. And then he switched it up in the second half of the fight to where he was leading downstairs and then coming back up. And so it was making Brook go here and then get tagged up here. And I was like, damn. He totally switched it up on Kell Brook through that fight. The first half, it was double jab downstairs. Second half, it was downstairs, back upstairs. And so you got to mix it up, bro. You got to give him a punch salad. You know what I'm saying? Give him a punch salad. Hey, yo, man, we got 87 people up in this joint. Thumbs up for the family, man. Thumbs up for the family. Y'all already know. Y'all already know, man. He gets the... Kell Brook bringing them extra chocolate brownies with extra sugar all day. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Jose was big. Yeah, Jose was big. Jose was big. What's up, Mike? Why Bud Crawford never went to one PBC fight to call out the champions or the top fighters? What would that have done? What would that have done, Mike? Last I checked, did not Crawford meet up with Errol Spence Jr. in like a video that went viral around the world and it did jack crap? It ain't work. You know what I'm saying? What would that have done? He could have went to all of their fights. What would have it done? You know what I'm saying? What it would have done? None of them ain't calling his name. You know what I mean? So I don't think it would have done nothing. I just think he would have just been there. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. What's up, fam? I got my cuzzo in the building. Jimmy McDonald in the building. What's up, family? What's up with you, man? Much love to you, family. Much love to you, man. Miss you, man. You got to get at me, man. Get at me. Bro, what makes this hard fight for me is that I have 100 respect for both fighters, bro. And I have them up there in my top 10 of modern fighters. You know what? Laws D, I'm right there with you, family. I'm right there with you. And for those who don't know, man, I'm a huge Kell Brook fan. This was a hard fight for me to call. A hard fight for me to call. It really, I remember when they were talking about making this fight, I was honestly rooting against it. I didn't want to see it. I was pressing for Crawford to go towards Spence because I didn't want this. These two of my favorite fighters, man. I got love for both of these dudes. Why do you think I ain't crapping on one? If this was Bud versus somebody else, y'all know daggone well that Mainman Mademan would have been up in this joint going off. But this is Kell Brook, a fighter that I have tremendous respect for. So I'm not going to go over the deep end. And I'm going to give him a great chance in this fight. Now, let's make the call. I believe the winner of this fight is going to be Terence Crawford. Unanimous decision. I don't think he stops Brook. I don't think he stops him. I think he wins the mid to late rounds. I think he takes over the fight by rounds 4 and 5. Give about 4 and 5. I think he, like I asked y'all the other day, why do we have this notion that Terence Crawford can't bully Kell Brook? I don't know. I think Kell Brook is going to have a lot of questions to answer, from demons to being over here alone, to not being, his people not backing him in this situation. He's going to be dealing with a lot inside that ring. He ain't going to have that person to look to when he in times of trouble. He going to have unfamiliar faces around him. And most importantly, coming down to a weight class after 3.5 years, man, I mean, any boxing conventional wisdom would tell us that Kell Brook is going to lose, especially against the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing. So I'm rocking with Terence Crawford, unanimous decision. I give Kell Brook more, I repeat, more than a puncher's chance. I give Kell Brook a damn good chance in this fight. Could he clip Bud early? Absolutely. Could he be too strong for Terence Crawford? Could be. I don't think so, but could be. Could he find something in him, dig deep, that we don't know exists, because he has nothing literally left after this. This is everything to Kell Brook. Will he find that special something? Knowing that, yo, man, I got nothing to lose. Is that the one thing that we not thinking and taking into account? You can't train that. You can't see that. You can't look on some TV at some weigh-in. You can't look at previous fights. You could study film all you want. When a fighter is back up against the wall, mouths to feed, career to think about, this is all I got left, you may get a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous man. So, of course, I don't count Kell Brook out. You'll be a fool to count Kell Brook out. But I do believe that his physical limitations, the weight cut, the fact that I just think that those things are going to hurt him. The reach. I don't think the height is a big deal. Even though Bud looks a bit taller than than Kell Brook. I don't think the height is going to become. I just think the reach, 74-inch reach, that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be a big deal. But I give Kell Brook more than a chance, and that's my call for this fight. Let me see what y'all saying. Fights on ESPN Plus, not free, not expensive, just $5. But yeah, Bud don't want the smoke with Spence. You could have fooled me, Captain Light. Could have fooled me. If he's considering going to PBC, I mean, if the man is sitting here telling you like, yo, man, I may even go. If he go to PBC, you gonna be saying the same thing? He don't want Spence? I don't know. I can't say that, man. I can't say that. Southern Rilla says best fight of the year. Yeah, man. Damn good fight. I'm glad everybody respecting this fight more so than anything. I was really hoping that Terence Crawford and Kell Brook would get their proper respects for this fight. Because a lot of folks, you know how the Bud haters get sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They don't like to give him credit for nothing. And Kell Brook, well, he was not always everyone's favorite fighter. When Kell Brook was in his prime and he was the man, no one wanted to fight him. No one wanted to be a fan of Kell Brook here in America then. But he's going against Bud now, so he has a newfound fan club, which is cool. That's cool. But I think Brook would be surprised of how hard Bud actually hits. It will throw off whatever game plan Kell had. He will have to fight Bud. Then he loses. People think Bud's a boxer. Wrong. He's a fighter. I like that. Facts. And that's what I think he's going to do to beat Kell Brook. He's going to become a fighter. What I mean, getting rough in the middle rounds, getting aggressive in the late rounds, boxing them early. That's just the three-pronged system right there. Box them early, wrestle them in the mid rounds, become aggressive in the late rounds. That's the game plan. I believe if Bud sticks to that game plan, he wins. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Chin Smoke in the building. What's up, family? What's up with you, man? What's up with you? Imagine if Brook pulls off an upset. I tell you one happy person, Bob Arum. Bob Arum would be jumping through the roof. Oh, yeah. Now I don't have to give up a $3.5 million guarantee. Go. Yeah. Oh, God, this is great. That's Bob Arum right there. That's going to be one happy dude. You know what I'm saying? Oh, crook-ass dude. You know what I'm saying? Oh, crook-ass dude. I don't know what fight he was watching. He was pounding Porter. You talking about the Kell Brook fight? Nah, Kell Brook did a good job against Porter. The game plan was superior, man. It was a beautiful game plan. That 1-2 hold was beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thumbs up for the fam, man. Thumbs up for me, man. Friday night, you know what I'm saying? We on the horizon of a big-ass fight. And I'm going to need y'all up in here for the post-fight because we going to be turned all the way up. All the way up. I will be establishing Bud once again. Number 1 pound for pound by a mile. By a mile if he gets through this. By a mile. There's no one on his heels. Vasil Lomachenko ain't in the picture no more. You know what I mean? There's nobody on his heels. By a mile. Who comes close? If he stops Kell Brook, if he dominates him, utter domination, no one comes close. Number 1 pound for pound by a mile. No one comes close. No one comes close. No one comes close. Much love, T Downs. Welcome to the family, man. Welcome to the family. Welcome, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Yo, Mike, I saw the fight this afternoon. There was 0 dominance by any man. Sean Ford aggressively, and Brook had cleaner effectiveness. That's all. Point blank, period. No man was dominant. Yeah, Brook had to, just like I said, game plan. The 1-2 hold. Superior game plan, man. The 1-2 hold was just beautiful. It was beautiful. Went all the way Klitschko on him. You know what I'm saying? All the way Klitschko. I don't care what people say. I know what I see, and I'm not biased. Many people have agendas, and they add their views of the fights. I'm going to let y'all two go back and forth with it, man. Real spill, man. Chin Smoke says, I think the first couple of rounds are going to be nice and interesting. Facts. I think it's going to be a chess match early. I think Bud takes his temperature first 3 rounds. Flicking the jab, using the length, using the movement, weighing down his legs. Most importantly. And I think that does it. You know what I'm saying? Warren McCray says, Bud will make believers out of all. I support him fully, and he is an absolute perfect champion for me. I hear that, man. I hear that, man. I hear that. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Bud's class, but Kell's a test for any welterweight. Should be good, says Tupac Shakur. Facts. Kell Brook is a great test for any welterweight. And if he wins, like I said, man, fights with him and Errol Spence, fights with him and Sean Porter, all fights that I still want to see, absolutely 100%. 100%. Hey, fam, now I just noticed this. Tell me through this whole episode that I did not have the music playing. Tell me through this whole episode I did not have the music playing. God. My bad, y'all. My bad. I don't know. I didn't even know the music was still on just now, man. My bad, man. My bad. Kell's punches are pretty stiff. Bud has shown signs of a suspect chin. I don't know where y'all get that from. One little glove graced the canvas on Calvaluskis, and everybody believed that the man ain't got no chin. Bud ain't never been dropped, never been stopped. You can count on one hand how many times that his hand touched the canvas. And y'all talking about he chinny. You might mean right hands that man ain't go down, man. I don't believe that, bro. Come on. Miguel Garcia says Kell Brook is going to knock out Crawford, and he don't. And if he don't, it's because Crawford ran all night just like Mayweather did. I hear you. The name of the game is hit, not be hit, bro. Hit and not be hit. When you pound for pound number 1, guess what? The other man got to make the mark. Got to make the statement. The other man got to come and get that fight. That's the number 1 pound for pound fight on the planet. Kell Brook is the one that got to go and get it. You know what I'm saying? This is a great fight. This is a great fight. This is a great fight. Jamie Peralta, he fought C-class fighters. So Victor Postol being the number one fighter at the class, he was C-class at the time. I mean, we can always look down here years later and say, well, what this fighter was trash, that fighter was trash. But at the time, he wasn't trash. I always go back to the Ricky Burns thing, and I always say, you know, you give me one of those welterweights at PBC that's fought a two-division unified champion. Ricky Burns got his belt took him from Bud, and then went up to the next weight class and won 2 more belts. But y'all say that win didn't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tell me that win ain't mean nothing, man. That win ain't mean nothing. Yeah, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. Well, Errol Spence got Mikey. Y'all always say Mikey Garcia. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, none of them dudes that Ricky Burns win, I always tell people, was a worthy ass win. Ricky Burns, a man who lost his belt and regained it again in a higher weight class. It's always like, we always say what the opponent does after the person beats him, it just makes that person's resume so much better. Like when we see Gary Russell Jr. go out and beat JoJo Diaz, then JoJo Diaz moves up and becomes a world champion. Well, it makes that person win that much better. Well, as in Terence Crawford's case, he did the same thing with Ricky Burns, but he gets no credit. You know what I mean? Ain't many fighters, ain't many people in boxers out here that's done that. Not to mention in dominating fashion. He's not barely getting by these dudes. He's not skipping past. He is dominating these dudes. How many knockout streak is he on again? Riddle me that. I forgot. You know what I mean? I'm about to get up out of here, fam. Yeah, cuz. Hey, cuz, get at me, man. Get at me, man. Get at me. He been in the division for 2 years. How is he going to fight all of those guys, man? Who you talking about? I don't know who you talking about. You talking about Bud's only been in the division for 2 years? How is he going to fight all of those guys? I don't know. He been in there for 3 years. 2017. Yeah, you're right, D-Ray. Millions and millions will be watching. Y'all be sure to come back here. We're going to be live right after the fight, covering every aspect of the fight. For those who don't know, when we do post-fight videos, we usually come on right in the 12th round. You know what I'm saying? We usually come on right there in the 12th round, right before the final interview. So, right before the final call, we cover the judges' scorecards. We cover the fighters' post-fight interviews. We go all the way in, man. And y'all come on here, rock with the homie right after the fight. And I greatly appreciate it, man. I'm about to get ready to get on up out of here, man. Yo, man, I appreciate it. This was a big show, man. We had a lot of people in the building tonight. Hopefully some of y'all subscribe. Some of y'all didn't hit that bell icon and rocking with the homie. You know what I'm saying? Much love to you all. Salute to the entire fam, man. Much love to you all. We got phone calls coming. You dig? We got a giveaway coming. I got giveaways. I'm just trying to get a little closer to the holidays, you know what I mean? So we got giveaways coming. We always give out some good prizes to the fam that come on through and support. We'll do a trivia or something like that to give away the giveaways. Like I said, we got phone calls coming. Also for the post-fight video, for the post-fight Crawford and Kell Brook fight, we will be doing pull-ups. So feel free. If you on your phone, your device, your laptop, whatever, I will be putting the link out after the fight because I know it's going to be a lot of people up in this joint. So I'm going to be putting the link out. If some of the fam want to get on, come rock with the homie. Feel free. We can chop it up, the whole 9. We're going to have a good time tomorrow night. Bring your brewskis. Bring your beers. Smoke them if you got them. Bring it all with you. You know what I mean? Because we going to have a good time. If you come in here with your suits on and you're thinking about your job and your work and you come in here like, why you talking like that? And why you keep your ass where you at? We going to be turned up. We going to be loud and we going to have a great damn time. Y'all have a great night. Protect your families out there. This COVID thing is real. Protect your families, please. You know what I'm saying? This thing ain't lit up yet, man. So y'all protect y'all families. I see y'all tomorrow night. Y'all stay stressed and sucker free. Remember, the devil is everywhere, omnipresent, everywhere at the same damn time. He want to ruin your life, your marriage, your household, your kids' household, everything that you've built and worked for, everything. He want to take your joy, the whole 9. Why you letting that happen, though? Why you letting that happen, though? You already know life is too damn short. Enjoy it and don't let that happen all day. Thumbs up on the way out and don't forget to hit the bell icon. And I see y'all tomorrow, man. And until the next video, much love to you all.